Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Today I'm going to be working on this Nissan Versa 2016. The transmission has developed a leak. It has a very low miles at 65,000 miles. And this car, I just recently purchased it for my mom, and then it developed a leak. So here I am. I have started the process on removing the components of the transmission. As you can see right here, I have removed some of the bolts on the suspension. I also removed the axle, and I have a video on this one, how to remove the shocks and replacement for the shocks, I should say. But I will upload that later on. So I'm going to do kind of a reverse process on this. But anyway, let's focus on this transmission replacement. Actually, I'm not replacing the transmission. I'm removing the transmission, but I am inspecting what is the cause of the leak. So the leak is very substantial. There's like a substantial amount of oil that's coming out of this every time I drive it. So let me show you how I will be doing this transmission removal in my backyard. So here we go. All right, so both axles are out right over there. And then so we're removing all the battery stuff, the bolts and nuts on here. They're like a 10 and a 13. Anyway, so we need to remove that to access everything on the side of the bolts of the transmission. So we actually removed the, I didn't capture it, but to remove the starter, there's two bolts on top. See, one right here on the bottom where you can see my hand, and then one on top. So there are two bolts. If you look at the starter on the Versa, top and bottom, and then it has an 8mm right here and a 13 right here. Right here, you gotta unscrew this 13 bolt right here. You can access it from the inside right here, and then one right here. So we didn't remove this one, so it's just dangle. So we kind of flipped it like this to clear it, to remove the starter. All right, let's remove this battery tray, rusty battery tray out of here. And then there's a lot of little bolts over here and wiring. Remove all the necessary coolant lines connected to the engine and drain all that stuff. But anyway, right over here is the what do you call that? The transmission mount that we're gonna be removing. Is that an ECU?
Mm-hmm.
This big?
A tiny.
Oh my God, dude! Really?
Yeah, I just gotta take off the 10
That is crazy.
and the clip.
Jesus Christ, that's a small ECU. So we took out all the clips right there. Anything that's attached to it, just make sure you study it, guys, because the transmission has so much stuff on top of it. Like mostly wire, lines for coolant or your terminals. But yeah, take your time. And Mike here, we're both taking our times. No rush. It's always good not to rush your work, because if you do, there's a tendency you'll break things, forget things, and get upset. You gotta enjoy working on cars, you know? Because when you do, it doesn't become like a job, you know? So this one, we're gonna remove it too. It's kind of stuck right now. Take out the shifter. Yeah, we're quite almost there, guys. We're almost there. Quite almost there. Almost to be taken out. That is. So basically we're removing all the bolts around the transmission. All the bolts are removed on the top already. And now we're working our way down on the bottom. So there are two right here on the side. One over here. And some over here. that bolt right there. You just heard it. All right, so they got the shield right here next to the axle. That protects it just in case. That goes to the engine side. All right, y'all. Transmission rear mount is out. 3 bolts, 4 total, maybe. 5, I should say. What, 16, right? 16 millimeter or 18? Is that 18? 18, yeah, 18. So all the bolts are out, I think. Ready to remove this mount right here. And then I know we still have the wire. We don't know how to, I don't know how to remove that plug over there, but we're gonna drop the transmission a little bit to and study the plug, how to remove it. But anyway, take this bolt. We are almost there dropping this transmission. 16 and 18 millimeter bolt out on the, what do you call this, the transmission mount. You gotta remove this 2 on the side, that way when the transmission drops we have room. We are quite almost there, everyone. What the heck is this right here? Oh man. All the plugs are disengaged. Coolant line, just in case. And then the shifter cable is disengaged as well. All these plugs over here. Yeah, it's almost there, guys. Hang tight. All right, so there is a bracket bolt underneath that you need to remove as well. There's a couple of them. There we go. Thank you. All right, so we had a little bit of challenge to remove this transmission mount on the side, driver's side. So what you need to do is, there's not a lot of room on this to come out. So these 2 bolts right here, and this one right here, remove it, right? And make sure when you take this out, drop the motor all the way down. Make sure you clear everything right here. Once you drop it, this will bend over and just catch it. All right, this is another story that it's a little bit tricky to remove. This is the CVT connector to the transmission. Now to remove this, you gotta twist it until it locks it. Go towards the passenger counterclockwise, right here. See this little pin right here? Until you hit that corner so go this way, twist it this way. Once you twist it that way, you pull straight up. See how there's a notch right here? And that is the notch. It's like all the way down there now. Watch it. That's the notch right over here. Wait, right there. So there's a notch right there. That black piece right over there. That has to mat right here. So you have to twist this clockwise, okay? Actually counterclockwise. To untighten it, counterclockwise. To tighten it, clockwise, okay? This is tricky. So you twist it to counterclockwise. Once you do, just pull up. Don't pull from the connector, you gotta pull from the body of it, okay? Pull from the body, it'll straight up we'll pull it right there. Okay, very tricky to remove. All right, so everything is out, all the bolts, as you can see. Mike has split the transmission right over here. Where the hell? Right here. So we are ready to drop the tranny tran. This car identifies as a transmission. I don't want it. Ooh. There we go. It's out. She's out.
She's gonna bleed.
Got you. Oh yeah. Is it wise to put that bucket in there? It's still hanging, right? There you go. There you go. I'll clean that up later, brother. So this is a two-man job. I mean, if you're gonna do it by yourself, good luck. Always good to have a professional like Mike. Well, you know, stronger than me. Right, Mike? But there we are. We're on the jacks. 2 jacks on the engine, one in the engine, one in the transmission. There we go. There we go. And we are out. There's no wire dangling in that thing, right? Wait. There you go. There you go.
What is she doing?
Where you at? You've already got that.
Oh, she's hitting this up.
She's heavy, huh? Hold on. Let me go in the bottom. You good?
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
You help?
No.
Hold up, guys. I'm gonna go down there.
She's out.
Also on this one, I didn't catch it on the video, but the transmission oil cooler on the front, that's why we have so much room to remove this. Please remove that. Look at that.
Ooh.
Yikes. I have to drag it out. Is it hanging on one thing above? It looks like it, huh?
Is it?
Let's try to lift it up then. And well, we need something to pull it out though. Should we? Hey, that thing is so small, but it looks so heavy, huh?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, everyone. We stopped working on the transmission. Reason for that is because this looks really wet because it's basically an oil. Hopefully one day it'll just go away. But anyway, on the transmission, I discovered something. We discovered something that there's a gasket right here, and it's really flat. I can't feel anything that would maybe stop a leakage or something, but the leak could be this one of them right here. For sure, this one will replace. I already have I have this part, but I don't have this part. And it looks like there's like scars on this already. So that has to go to a Nissan part. I mean, have to buy it. But yep, continue some other day, some other time. All right, continuation of the video for the transmission seal leak. So this is out from here, and this is out from here. This thing pop off really easily. There's not a lot of force. Let's get a little gasket remover or flathead and pop it out. We have a new factory replacement for these two guys. We're gonna go ahead and soak them in oil and push them back in with variety of you know, tool to push it back in. So just be careful when you put this back in, because you don't want to, you know, you don't want to dent it or anything at all. All right, this is the part number for the oil seal for the transmission shaft, and the other one is, this is the gasket for the O-ring. So see how that thing is round, the other one is just flat. It could be an issue as well. So I don't know why this exists on Nissan. I've never seen it in Hondas and Toyotas, but they do exist. Here we go, we're gonna go put it back, soak it in oil, and put everything back on. Just a little love tap on that sucker right there. One on top too. Wait. All right, so all the plugs, tried to put it back on. Now this plug right here is really important. Make sure that, see this notch right here to put it on, there's a notch right on the front of the bumper right here. So kind of align that, you can feel it. Because you don't want to bend those pins, you know what I mean? So, there you go. Well, all right, for the driver's side, to remove a the seal, so what I use is I just use my flathead enough to you know, insert it like this and pop it off from the top. Don't pop it from the bottom, because you don't want to scratch anything and it's on the bottom. Or you can get one of these, but it's, you know. All right, everyone. Managed to put on the transmission with a bunch of jacks. The transmission jack, as you can see right here, I have that transmission flat jack on the bottom. The oil cooler, actually, I removed it before when I dropped the transmission. Make sure you put it back on with the new seal. Sorry, I didn't get a video of that because I was basically just trying to put everything on the car. So far, so good. And yeah, a bunch of movement putting that thing on. Transmission oil, so make sure you remove that, okay? Put it back with a new seal. Lead by two hands and pump it back in. All right, so we are in, flushed. I think should be flush, right? So yeah, I think that I have one of these right here. It's actually helpful. See, there's a lip on it, and that lip goes straightly to the gap, just like this. So it doesn't hurt the rubber or anything. It's just perfect, perfect size, I guess. There you go. And that's how I put it in. Or you could use something else to just drive it inch by inch. So, all right, guys, that's it. Everything is back on. All right, guys, they're all 10, guys and gals, I should say. They are all 10 millimeter. Oh, there it is. 10 mil. Take this out. This filter right here. Oh. There's a bunch of bolts that you need to remove right on the pan. So, I don't know how many, but all this magnetic dirt. Crazy, right? Look at that. I don't know if it really prolongs the life of your transmission CVT, removing this, but let's just take it out anyway, you know what I mean? So that way we have peace of mind. My gloves is already really dirty. There's a lot of magnetic stuff in here, magnetized things. This is the filter we're gonna replace. Just pull it straight down. Oh, the O-ring fell out, and it's hard, it's tough. So all right, I'll put the new one in, close it back up. When you put the new one in, make sure you loop that gasket, just in case you don't want to kink it, you know, and just push it back in. There you go. All right, so the pickup thing is on the car, and then we got to replace these magnets right here. Okay, that goo metal particles right here. You see that? All right, so I'm gonna have to clean it up and remove this gasket right here. Now they're cleaned up, this is how your pan should look like. This is the like a dipstick kind of thing, you know, when it's full, the liquid flows in there, telling you that it's full when you fill up the transmission. It looks like this is the drain plug. All right, let's put him back in and keep going. All right, before I put everything back right here, I'm just gonna fill it up with a little bit of coolant, top it off, and put some oil on here, so that way I can put this back, because if I put this back, I'm gonna have a hard time cleaning it up or looking at the bottom. Anyway, let's put back some of the oil. All right, guys, so when you fill up the transmission fluid, open this up. You know, once it starts flowing out, that means your transmission is full. Let's also put back the driver's side axle now, actually, before I want to fill it up, because it might leak over there without putting this on. So yeah, I think I should do that. All right, all the bolts are connected right there, and this is plugged. 2 bolts right there. There's 2 bolts right here on that plate. See that plate right there? There's 2 bolts underneath it. And we are quite almost done, everyone. I just need to put the intake. I'm gonna run it, and hopefully there's no leaks. Cross finger. Now we gotta put this back, the last piece. Everything is on the car. Finally, I always double checked. I did start it, I did run it to all the gears so far. No code or anything at all. So it looks like it's a successful, and we're gonna test drive it, make sure there's no more leak from the main seal. Anyway, put this last one on, and I'll call it a day. All right, so the cap is on the transmission, as you can see, all the way in there. It just might kind of reach in there. Should have done it when I put the cover on, but anyway, guys, done. Transmission in the backyard, pull in and out, replace all the seals. Thanks for watching. That was a long journey. I had to do it when I had the time, so I finally finished it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I hope you had fun hanging out with me with this Nissan Versa transmission removal. I'll catch you in the next video. God bless everyone. Thank you for watching, and thanks for having me part of your life. So I'm gonna have to back this car up, call it a day.